Hi, everybody. This is Mary Esther, and we have two students with us right now. One is Karishma. She's actually just graduated, so no longer a student, but Karishma and Joyce, we're all going to talk about some of the experience of being a student at the University of Texas in computer science. So perhaps each of you, maybe Joyce, you could start. Tell us about how you got into computer science and what your actual degree plan is right now.
So yeah, I got into computer science after taking my first CS course in high school in junior year. I took APCS, and I basically was kind of scared at first because CS was always a really intimidating field and area for me. And I know my dad and my brother did things related to software and engineering, so it was something in the back of my mind. And I started doing the projects in the class. They're really simple, like Java sequences. And I fell in love with it kind of. It just really was cool to see problem solving take place and see a solution just carry through. But then when I came to applying for colleges, I'm actually part of Texas CSB, which is a joint program, a dual degree honors program in partnership between the Canfield Business Honors Program and UTCS. So basically I'm on track to get my honors business degree and my honors computer science degree. And I've loved it so far because we're in a cohort of 23 kids, and we're expecting 28 now, I think, for the next cohort. And it's been really awesome because I'm just sitting in a classroom with 23 brilliant minds, and we work on computer science projects together, but we're also getting to see how data and technology is translating in a business sense through our business classes, because we just finished our management information sciences class, systems class, and basically been able to see how tech plays a big role in the business atmosphere today and how people are using strategies to approach efficiencies in the industry. So it's been a really awesome experience so far.
Great. And Karishma, tell us some about you.
Yeah, so going to high school, I didn't know anything about computer science. And then freshman year, we were required to take a basic technology class that just had Excel. And then I finished the project really quickly. So my teacher said, you should go into computer science. And I was like, what's that? And so then I started taking AP computer science and I just fell in love with it. But I was the only girl in my high school computer science classes. So I was really stressed out about what my future would look like and being lonely. And then I went to the Code at TAC summer program at UT. And it was all girls. It made me so happy to work on projects and feel included. And so that's what made me want to come to UT. So my degree here, BS in computer science with a minor in business and a certificate in cybersecurity. So that's what my specialization is. And I just fell in love with it every year more.
Can you tell us more about the certificate in cybersecurity?
Yeah, so every CS major can specialize a little more in their classes, or they can choose to just take whatever classes they want. So usually the requirements are, I would say, is 5 or so classes, and they each have different requirements. So for the cybersecurity one, you take Intro to Security, networks, network security, and then you can choose different electives to take.
So congratulations on graduating. What are your plans?
So I'm going to move to LA and I'm working for Disney. I'm going to be on their application security team.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Did you intern with them at all while you were a computer science student?
No, I didn't. I actually got it through Grace Hopper.
And Joyce, tell us some about your experience at UT right now.
Yeah, so like I mentioned before, my schedule is a pretty mandatory schedule for my program, so I've been taking classes that are just the basics so I can get my degree requirements. I've taken data structures, computer architecture, and then on the business side, I've taken business communications and MIS. And yeah, I've enjoyed all my classes so far, and outside of classes, I've been really active helping to set up CSBA, which is the association for the program that I'm in. And we're working to get sponsors and build a really strong foundation for hopefully a really growing and prolonged program. We'll see how it goes. We're definitely still in guinea pig testing phases. Other than that, I've also been a part of WIX, although I'm not as active a member as I'd like to because schoolwork can be quite tedious. But WIX and CS Ambassadors, which I just joined this semester, has been a really great experience because I think it's really shown me a really inclusive experience and community in the department, which is something that I was really struggling with first semester. Because when I first walked in, my program's 18 guys and 3 girls. So it can become very diminishing to your character and feel imposter syndrome a lot of times. Like Karishma mentioned before, like walking into a classroom with a lot of guys can be intimidating because you don't see anyone looking like yourself. So I think through these different orgs that I joined, I was really able to find a community that was something that I felt welcomed in and really encouraged me to continue exploring how I could use tech to like make positive changes. Yeah, so I'm really excited to like see how I can apply it in my career as well.
So Karishma, you were the president of WICS, right?
Yes.
And WICS, Women in Computer Science, for those of you if you aren't familiar with the acronym at UT, Computer Science Department. So tell us about what you did as not just the president of WICS, but what does WICS do?
We have a lot of different sectors where we just try and help women, first of all, build a community and feel included, but also help them go through college and feel supported and succeed. So we have different academic programs to help with tutoring, and then we also have a hackathon so that they can get more project experience. And it's an all-women's hackathon, so it takes away that imposter syndrome and that fear. I remember when I was a freshman, I was so scared to go to the Hack Texas hackathon, and when I tried to join a team, the guys told me that they didn't think I would be a help. So WICS Hacks was actually my first hackathon, and so it was a really big deal for me to be able to plan it my senior year. And then we have lots of mentorship programs. We have NELDALE, which is with upperclassmen and underclassmen to help you get adjusted to UT. We have a graduate mentorship program, a corporate mentorship program, and then lots of fun socials to help build a stronger community. So just overall, just creating that network to help you succeed at UT.
So Joyce, you're part of the CS Ambassador program. Can you explain what that actually is?
Yeah, so if you ever wanted to get to know more about UTCS, we're the people that would be greeting you, taking you on tours, holding coffee chats for you and your parents, just for you to get to know more about the program. And we're actual students who are learning CS at UT. And what we do is when we're not meeting people and welcoming them to the GDC, which is the building behind me here, it's beautiful. And we're not giving tours and stuff. We are in office hours making welcome packets and informational packets for you to learn more on paper, and if you're not able to reach us all the way here in UT Austin. So yeah, it's a really great program to help welcome and raise awareness for UTCS. We were offering tours before we ended for COVID, so anytime you want to reach out to the department, you can just feel free to like through the website that we have online. There's going to be someone available because I'm pretty sure we have rotations every single week and it's a whole day planned out. There's a nice schedule.
When the classes went online, how did you find that transition being a student? How was the experience for you?
It was a little difficult at first, especially I was in a network security class. And so it was difficult for the professor to adjust the class and set up proxies instead of the network that we were supposed to work on. But it adjusted fine. And I actually kind of enjoyed it a little more because since the classroom lectures were recorded, I could go back and review material. And also I could focus more on my studies since all the org activities were canceled too.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with Karishma. I think while there felt like there was a lot of downsides to the whole experience, I realized that being at home, like I have the comfort of my mom cooking for me, so I didn't have to worry about where my next meal came from. There was no transportation time anymore, so all I had to do was crawl out of bed at a later time than usual, hop on my computer and go to lecture. I did find it a little bit harder to focus in class at times because no one was watching me, so like they couldn't tell if I was paying attention. So I got away with a couple of dozing off like sequences in class, but you know, the great thing is the lectures were recorded, so I was able to go back and watch them like Karishma mentioned. So yeah, I think while it was a strange experience, I definitely see a lot of potential in online education, and that really showed me that like I was able to take charge of my own learning for the rest of the semester as well, and I wasn't as like pressured by like peers or like forced to do certain things because of orgs, or I didn't find myself with so much time wasted.
Do y'all have any words of wisdom for high school students of what they need to study or how they need to prepare to come to UT?
I think one of my biggest mistakes was not being prepared enough. I think it's really important to do research into all the opportunities you possibly have. Things don't just like fall into your lap. So just check out what minors you can get, what certificates you can get, what classes are available. And I think that extra research will really put you a step forward.
I agree with everything Karishma said, but I think for me, something I wish I knew about earlier was, I guess, recruiting processes and when they started. Because I remember when I walked in freshman year, like the beginning, like going to pod and they're already preparing us for like the fall career fair. And I was like, whoa, like we're looking for careers for summer, like now, like in the fall. So I think if I had some sort of heads up about everything that was going to happen, it would have been a lot more helpful, because while they did prepare me really well, I did not expect myself to get thrown into showing skills that I definitely did not feel prepared to show during the fall for recruiting, because I thought I was going to learn some more before we started recruiting. But yeah, that would have been cool.
Did either of you have any experience with summer intern programs?
Yes, I interned with American Express and Audible. They're both really great programs, and I got them from the CS Career Fair and then also Grace Hopper, which is a great program for women to attend. Yeah, I think you learn a lot about what your actual role as a software engineer is from your internships.
Yeah, I'm actually in my first internship right now because I am in the summer between my freshman and sophomore year. But I'm currently interning part-time remotely, which is definitely a strange experience for someone who's definitely never had a legit software job before. But I'm working for a nonprofit and I'm helping them do some web dev, website development for a platform they have to help connect students and teachers with industry professionals so that they can help high school students gain awareness about what careers are out there, which is definitely a problem that I had when I was in high school as well. So it's been really awesome to see myself be able to apply skills I know to like the real world and see it come to fruition.
So one thing we wanted to talk about today was, how do you balance all these different wonderful organizations that we have to join? How do you balance that with your studies and your social life?
So I think freshman year, I really struggled because coming into college, you're completely in charge of your time. And it's really difficult when you're making all these new friends to say no to things, because you want to be included so badly and you're so scared of FOMO that you just want to go to every single event. And that can really impact your grades. So for me, over the years, it took a lot of practice to be able to manage my time and say, from this hour to this hour, I'm going to work on this project. And if I don't finish it, I can't hang out with my friends. And that really improved my grades and helped me manage my time.
Yeah, definitely. That's a really smart strategy. I wish I thought of that when I was struggling with my time management. But yeah, I think when I first walked onto UT campus, just like walking down Speedway, there's so many orgs you can join, so many different things you can participate in. So you really have to pick and choose, because you're the one who can formulate the experience you have for yourself. So narrowing down to like what your core values is what something I really chose to do, and it really helped me, because I was like, okay, what do I care about, right? Not just what looks cool on my resume, or not just what sounds interesting to me, but like, why am I doing this? And by like acting upon joining orgs or going to certain events with a sense of purpose behind it, made me realize and manage my time a lot better.
What was it about UT and Austin that was so attractive?
Yeah, so Austin is in Texas, which is my home state. So I got in-state tuition, which was a really awesome perk for my parents and me. And I just thought it'd be really helpful financially to just take a load off of them by not choosing a super expensive school. And then the second reason why I chose UT Austin was because Austin's kind of like the hub for tech right now. You've heard of the Silicon Valley, but Austin's the Silicon Hills. And rather than like wanting to go to school in California or any other place where it seemed really established the industry, I thought it was cool to come to Austin, where the startup culture is huge here. And there's a lot of innovation happening. So I wanted to be like right in the thick of things. So yeah, those two are the really big main points why I decided to come to UT, because I mean, I don't regret it at all. Austin's great culture wise. And I think it got recently named like the best city in the United States, which is pretty awesome.
I wanted to come to UT for similar reasons. It's one of the best CS schools in the nation. And also the community made a really big difference to me. When I got in, I actually got a postcard from Wix congratulating me on getting in and saying that there's a community waiting for me once I got here. And that already made me feel so at home. And then when I did a tour with the ambassadors, I was able to meet some professors. And they just showed that they truly cared for their students. So I was really excited to come here. And over my past 4 years being here, that's been proven to be true. some of the professors are my really close friends, and I'm able to get really good advice from them too.
I really appreciate your time today. As you can see in the background, Joyce has the GDC building, which she mentioned. That's our atrium. And I'm just out under the oak trees, which is one of my favorite places on campus. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was really great talking to everybody and just getting to hear Karishma's perspective as well.
Thank you. Yeah, it was great hearing your perspective too.
Yeah.